The fuck is that?
I love you.
That's a damn lie, and you know it!
What?
We're off the hip on the digital strip. Gamers kicking back, take a picture road trip. Let my eyeball things go with a taste of wit. Talk about video games, ain't no need to sit. The joystick in our hands, ready to play. Dropping knowledge on these games every single day. Laughing and having fun, we don't take it too seriously. Making jokes, making fun, man, it's quite hilarious. Off the hip, when the game's not right, talk about favorite games, it's a wild ride. Party, come on, don't be shy. Off the hip, let's have a good time.
Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Off the Hip with ABF and friends. We're freshly back from Dallas. I stopped drinking for about 24 hours, and Microsoft decided to drop their showcase right when my flight was happening, so I had to catch up on it last night. But there's a lot to cover there. Today we have, let's start off with Nagrinal. How is the console war going?
Oh, it's great. We're winning every day.
Really? I love that you think that that's happening.
How quaint.
Mosaic Boney, how are you doing? You got back from your Spirit flight?
Yes, my back felt like one of the passengers in line. There's no cushion on those seats. However, it was good. It was good. I'm still recovering from the meetup. Lots of hedonistic eating and drinking, and I'm paying the price for it. But I still got a migraine from trying to understand Cajun Corey and his swamp people language.
Yeah,
That very hurts. So, yeah, no, but glad to be back. Glad to be back in my my garage of solitude and talk to all the fine people out in chat. Hail, chat! It was nice to meet a bunch of you guys there.
Yeah, we did meet a bunch of them. Speaking of which, Risk It for a Biscuit met him for the first time, and he's first here. First and gay. Congratulations.
Yes.
Nerd Slap, what have you been up to besides losing a war with
oh, come on,
with Ninja and your gifties?
Don't worry. I got something. I got something planned about that. Don't worry.
All right, it better be some overtime.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. But no, just been streaming over on Kick, and then when I'm not doing that, just working on some side projects. But happy to be here. Happy to chat with y'all. And hail chat.
Yeah. Hoodie, first time here. You're a big Call of Duty guy and wanted to be on here to talk about Blops.
Blops. Yes,
Yep.
Absolutely. Xbox had their showcase yesterday, and Call of Duty had their own segment following it. So I'm really excited to talk about it. As you can see, I got Call of Duty up on my TV over here, so ready to get into it.
Nice.
Very
Which
nice.
one is that?
That's when you start up Warzone or Modern Warfare 3, they have Black Ops 6 being like advertised right now. So
Interesting.
a guy
Okay.
sitting there with like the two guns, like the classic Black Ops. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's like the classic Black Ops 1, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
Very nice.
And Nerdy Neo, first time on the channel. I've been on your channel twice so far. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was great having you on for first off for Party Chat a couple weeks ago, and then for Open Mic the other night. Great getting to talk to you about video games, because that's basically all I do on my channel is talk video games. So I'm glad to be here for a little bit of time before I hop onto another stream. But I am I consider myself the resident Xbox guy because that is my main platform. So I was like, I haven't talked about it anywhere, so I was like, hey, are you guys talking about it tonight? If so, I'd love to join you for a little bit. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I do see a couple people that I've seen in my chat as well. So hello, Phantom and Project Taco.
Nice. Yeah, those are the troublemakers over here too.
Yes. Agreed.
And there's Paul. What's up, Paul?
So I was kind of surprised by how much good came out of the Xbox showcase. There was definitely some things that I wasn't surprised by at all, but for the most part, I was kind of blown away by the Call of Duty Black Ops trailer. Actually, what did you think of it, Hoodie?
They know what they're doing with this marketing. Black Ops, I'm sure you guys all played the original Black Ops 1 and 2. Those stories are all about, conspiracy, government behind the shadows kind of thing. And this one looks like they're going all out. They're fully embracing that. You're going rogue. You're being hunted down by the government. The trailer looks absolutely incredible. I really like that it's continuing from Cold War. I don't know if you guys played the Cold War campaign, but it's the same characters from that campaign, and they're continuing that storyline. I think it's 20 years after the Cold War, so we're in the early 90s. And yeah, from the trailer and from what Treyarch showed and said at that direct, I'm really looking forward to it. That trailer was phenomenal.
Yeah, I really liked the Bush Senior dystopian vibes that we used to live in. Anyone else have anything to add on the trailer? Maybe we should play it. But do you have anything to add before I do that?
I think it's going to be great. Personally, I mean, it's crazy what happens when you take time on a game and actually devote time to it.
Yeah.
Is that shots at Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, Treyarch has been having to help other developers. They've been cleaning up other people's messes along the way. So I think it was a long development cycle because all the other woke studios, and they might be woke. I don't want to jump ahead, but that thing that they showed afterwards, the little behind the scenes thing, I have comments about that, but they obviously are focused on doing a good job. It's very apparent from what I saw. So yeah.
Yeah, they had a couple of pink hairs pretending to play video games like they knew how in the video, but I mean, as long as that doesn't make its way into the actual game, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like there's plenty, well, not plenty, but there are examples of, people with those types of ideologies behind the scenes that they don't have to put it in the subject matter that they're working on. It's like, you can do whatever you want, but just don't, you don't have to shove it in front of our faces everywhere you go.
And if we cover that, I would love to talk more about that. But if it's part of what we're talking about with the trailer, anyways.
I mean, wherever the conversation takes us, I mean, it's a little bit relevant. I mean, we'll go into it more, but
as a Call of Duty player, I definitely can add to that.
Yeah, let's watch the trailer and then judge them.
Good evening. The Soviet Union is no more. Despite a potential for instability and chaos, these events clearly serve our national interest. Free from the specter of global conflict.
Okay.
Today we celebrate the mission.
Can you pause that? I got to say something.
renewal.
Colin Powell
chuckling. I'm like, all right. That is. I don't want to go into politics, but that was definitely somebody who grew up in the '80s. That was like, yeah, no, I don't like those kind of people. Like a lot of people are nowadays. Like that little sprinkle, that little dab of hot sauce. I was like, oh, that's nice. That one got me interested when I saw that. But anyways.
Mm-hmm. And they weren't just taking shots at one side. They got Clinton up there too.
Well, it's all one side.
Yep. We'll save that for Sundays.
Yes, I was gonna say that's all I'm gonna say.
Something's going on. Something big.
I'm a fire starter. Terrific fire starter.
I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil. How's he look?
I'm a fire starter. Terrific fire starter.
The agency is compromised. We're being hunted from the inside.
You're the fire starter. Twisted fire starter.
You don't have to trust me, Marshal. But it might be better if you do.
Hey! Something you should see.
What the hell are we getting into? Don't trust anyone.
You broke into a CIA black site. Are you out of your mind?
Things got complicated.
May God continue to bless the United States of America.
Pre-order the Vault Edition and get the Hunters vs. Hunted Operator Pack, the Mastercraft Weapon Collection, the Season 1 Black Cell Bundle, and more.
Look at all those microtransactions they're already trying to hit you with. Do
I
not
already
pre-order the
bought
game.
that. I already bought that shit.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Dude, I buy this every year, okay? This is my main, this is my bread and butter.
Michigan.
Yep.
There's nothing.
They're Indiana's hat.
That's exactly why they keep going into the same cycle of good and bad, because people just, they get in that habit of just always opening their wallet for the same thing every single year. You got to make them earn it.
I love it every year. I don't know what.
Even Modern Warfare 3?
Yes. Modern Warfare 3, listen, let me explain something before we talk about this stuff here. Okay, no one here on this panel played it, so I know for a fact no one can judge it. Mo, I'm looking at you. I know you didn't play it, so you can't say anything about it.
That's because I don't open up the
you're looking up
my,
this shirt.
If you look at Modern Warfare 2019, which most
choice
people
words.
consider to be a good Call of Duty, if you look at Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Modern Warfare 2, and then the new Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 3 had the most content at launch of all of them. Yet it gets the most shit.
I mean, I just left a lot of content in a toilet. Doesn't mean it's good. That's why I was late to the stream here.
The only reason to maybe pre-order it, in my opinion, is if you want access to whatever beta or free weekend or whatever.
Which is on the table for this.
Yes, of course. But I still am in the camp that pre-ordering an infinite supply of a digital thing is dumb.
I play Warzone, so I have to level up the guns for Warzone. It's just what I.
Yeah, I'm a ABF. Even before all this, when there's pre-orders, I would still stand in line the day of. I would want to, when reviewers were still dependable in the mainstream area. I mean, they still had their biases, but they weren't political. It was just their tastes,
I'm excited for the game. Don't get me wrong,
but
I'm
not gonna. Yeah.
I don't want them to buy their yacht before the game comes out and forget about me. You know what I mean?
Right. Plus, it's going to be on Game Pass.
I was just going to say that. So if you want to give it a taste.
Yep. I have other thoughts about Game Pass, at least for the future of it. I think short term it's a pretty cool thing for gamers, but yeah. You guys have heard me say it before. They're gonna turn it into a bean counting contest where they're gonna try to deliver the least amount of content for the most amount of price before you give up eventually, just like Netflix did. So, but that's why they went hard this year with the Xbox Showcase, right? They really want you to get that the Xbox Pass. So,
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I just don't see how you make money off that. It's just
they just need a large customer base to sub and then forget that their credit card is attached to the account, and they're just endlessly doing it forever. That's the subscription model and why it's successful. So
that's how a lot of gyms make their money too.
Yeah. Just lift weights. They go to a meetup, eat a bunch of shit, and they're like, whatever. So I know the feeling.
But one cool thing that the other video, which I'm not gonna play it because it's kind of long, but the video that Mo was talking about with the pink-haired people playing, but it talks about the movement in Call of Duty and how you can sprint in what is it, the Omni Sprint, so you can sprint
you can
side,
run
side,
backwards,
and
run side,
backwards. Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. I think it's going to be something that we'll have to, experience for ourselves before we can pass judgment. See how many times someone is sliding across a hallway, shooting you directly in the forehead perfectly before you. What do you guys feel about the movement?
I think it looks great. Looks a lot more smooth.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it looks great.
And I haven't played since probably Cold War, but it looked real smooth, the parkour and everything.
They're definitely trying to stand out, right? Try something new.
Yeah, but the way they explained it, and they showed like the actual mechanics, literal like in-game mechanics of how it works and like what they're doing, like when they just say like, hey, this is in here, but they're like showing you like, no, like literally we're showing you the physics for what we see behind the scenes, and we're showing you how it works. Like it's a nerd saying, come look at my computer, watch me compile this program, it's not like just like, look how many transsexual black people with missing arms, which by the way was in the showcase.
The rest of the
but
showcase.
yeah. So yeah, but but it was just it was people talking about what they loved. Yeah, you saw nose ring McGillicuddy and pink hair, but you know what? One was a game tester, the other one was ancillary. They didn't get to talk at all. It was all the people that were. And I could not find any of these people's Twitters. Usually when you see somebody and they're on there and they say they're part of a studio, if you put in their name in the studio, you get she, hims and him, hers and all that. But I could not find it. I think these people just want to make a good game. They seem like Treyarch seems like a great place to work, like honestly.
Yeah, it does. If I was going to work at a AAA studio, Treyarch would be at the top probably.
Yeah, and the thing is this is what people don't understand. This is lightly dipping into like kind of politics, but it's the truth of the matter. When you get a bunch of people and you base it off merit and you just kind of throw your political beliefs out the window and you have people from different points of view that actually are confident in what they do, you get a really good product, which is why Treyarch always puts out good stuff, because they're concerned about they're not concerned about any of that nonsense, not to a point to where it's like it's distracting. They seem to want to put out a really good product, and that was that whole behind the scenes thing really gave me hope. Like honestly, they did a great job explaining the game and why it was a labor of love and not because representation and all that stuff. So it was very, very enlightening. It was a white pill, if you will.
Speaking of good games, I got another one here for you.
Do you think there's a chance my mom's
Your mom anything like you did. She's fighting till we find her.
I hope so. It's just hard to believe this is all really happening.
You mean to tell me your mama never told you stories about critters and weavers? Oh, you're lucky I come along.
What?
Shh. Oh, that's two-toed Tom. Big gator. I gotta drop you off fast.
After I got you out of that tree, you said you helped me find my mom.
I ain't in the disposition to be gator snacks.
Well, me neither.
If we're gonna go on, we gotta get rid of him.
I'm all ears.
There's a church up away.
You want to make him come running?
Actually, I said that.
Identified the sound of bell. Some church folks once tried to dynamite him, and he didn't take that too kindly. If you ring that bell, he might skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
Trifling ass mudcat.
Hey, I heard that.
All right, I can't anymore.
Yeah,
I can't.
I don't know.
It's there's like another 3 minutes of that, and I'm not going to subject all of us to it.
What even was that?
That okay. Let me Actually,
that was Saturday night at the meetup. If you now you know how I felt talking to Cajun Corey with his swamp language.
So I actually found out about this about 20 minutes ago. And this makes a lot of sense. Fun fact, not only is this game a sweet baby game,
unsurprising.
Its original pitch was altered by Kim, the co-founder of SBI. So yeah, the game was simply changed for DEI purposes. Imagine what the game was supposed to be. Because I mean the art style is kind of interesting, but like I don't know, it's so on the nose that you're like, how can I enjoy this?
When I was watching the trailer for this, I'm with Spartacus and Product Taco. It was giving me Forspoken vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With the gameplay style, the art style, I saw someone on Twitter's like, or I don't remember if it was Twitter, but somewhere is like with this low frame rate art style, it's like it freaking hurts my eyes. I hate that. They did it with the end of the Spider-Verse movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that
art style.
That style.
I mean, here it doesn't look as bad as like those movies, but still, there was
Show
another
Project
game during this
Tacos comment.
looked
That's
real bad.
That's
This looks like one of them free games you would find on Epic or something like that.
Yeah, in fact, dude, in 1 year after the release of this game, it's probably going to be that.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be free on Game Pass. And they're going to be like, why don't you like it? I don't understand.
Maybe not even a year. Maybe only like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, no, so we were actually watching this with Danky, and not to talk about what he said or anything, but he also is not a fan of the low frame rate art style. So, and I didn't know what he was talking about until I started paying attention. And I'm like, oh, now I can't unsee that. It does kind of suck.
Yeah, there was one trailer that was like,
I noticed it right away.
Yeah.
My eyes.
Oh yeah, me too.
I mean, I noticed it. I didn't understand what I was, looking at basically. So, yeah.
Well, it's weird because this thing here looks a lot better than like the actual main character. She looks the graphics on
the
her just
art
look
itself is
more
cool.
artsy.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good things in here, but you can.
It looks good static, but not in motion.
Yes, there's the turd in the punch bowl is the SBI stuff. Like and by the way, there's a hidden silver lining and a white pill here. The people at the studio left when the SBI was doing their crap. They're like, all right, we're out of here. 5 years ago, 2 years ago, you would never heard that. Like they're just standing up for the craft, and they're like, bye. We know where this is going. A lot of places they just write it into the ground, like Slim Pickens and Dr. Strangelove. So, I think that's I think there is some good from that story that they didn't stand up for their art being ruined, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, it really, this does look like it could have been like a neat game that was corrupted by DEI. So, and that was kind of the sentiment that I saw for a lot of the games during the Game Pass or the showcase, I should say, it was like tiring how many strong female protagonists we were seeing in every trailer. It was just like, whoa. But yeah, at least we got some cool games. Which ones were you guys most excited for besides Black Ops?
Doom.
Yes.
Doom, for sure.
Gears of War E-Day looks really good, actually. And the fact that they went back to the original Gears of War and they don't have that dull bike as the main character really makes me happy.
Let me pull up the Doom trailer because that one
Gears 5, the freaking independent women that don't need no man. And they call
Doom
it Gears
Eternal
5.
is one of my favorite games ever. So this
we'll show the Gears trailer. We'll show the Gears trailer, but I want to show the Doom one first.
Was that Nerd Slap that said that about Doom Eternal?
That was me. Hoodie D.
Oh, it's Hoodie. Freaking love
yeah.
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal it's so good.
It's good on a technical level. The fact that thing runs on a Steam Deck is amazing. It's like it just they're wizards over there.
I think they just have a very strong development into the game to where it's just not a crap engine,
No, I've seen the explanations of how they do the hit zones and stuff like that, and it runs on nothing. Like you could but it
It's
looks unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just efficiently coded, I think.
Yeah, which is ironic considering it's under the same roof as Bethesda.
Yeah.
It only took them like what 10 years to actually get like Fallout 4 to work pretty well.
No, they don't. They're just a publisher on this. They don't develop the game.
Yeah, it's still
Well, that's
done
what I
by
meant.
id.
No. Yeah, it's id and all them. Those are the people that make the magic. They always have made the
Yeah.
magic. But I'm just saying they're under the same roof. They're part of Microsoft, which is Bethesda, ZeniMax, all that stuff. So it's a large roof, but they're all under it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. It looks
Man,
badass.
it looks so
Oh,
badass.
yeah.
Oh,
I can't
That's
wait.
great.
I love that we're finally. Well, at least it looks like we're finally going to be able to pilot one of those giant mechs.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they showed him in the
See him
pilot
in the
scene.
Yeah, you see him throughout Doom Eternal, like a couple of them, I think.
Yeah,
you
a couple of them show up at the very end of the last DLC.
Yep.
The ending of the
Yeah, I
DLC
still
was
haven't played
pretty
that
dope.
yet. Yeah, still haven't played it. I was working
Play it.
through.
You gotta
Get-
play it, man.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get all the trophies for the Doom Eternal, and I'm like halfway through, and then I got sidetracked by another game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't count on Mick Gordon being involved. Unfortunately,
Yeah, definitely not.
Why is that?
You remember what happened with Eternal?
I don't know the details, but I don't think they had a very friendly parting.
No, the album's not even out. Like you can't listen to it on like Spotify or like that. What I don't want to get into that. That's a whole different thing. But
No, that's interesting. What's preventing that from being on Spotify and stuff? Just some sort of record deal?
something with like the rights to the Mick Gordon, like he did the first Doom 2016, the music and Doom Eternal, and I don't know if you played those ABF, but like the music is what makes part of Doom. Like those
Right.
games, it's heavy metal. It's like it's just it reacts to what you're doing, and they had a falling out. I don't really know the whole situation, but
From what I think I remember, he did the music for Doom Eternal, and then before the game release, they had someone else remix the music without his knowledge, and then they put that into the game. And
oh, interesting.
Don't quote me on, but I think it has something to do with that, and he was not happy with it, about that.
That sounds like they were trying to skirt some sort of licensing with mixed licensing. You know what I mean? Because mixed licensing is like so much cheaper, you know, for like DJs and stuff like that. I wonder if that's. I'm just kind of guessing there, but I wonder if that's like an actual thing with the game too.
It could be.
But yeah, and you're like flying around on a dragon too in that in that trailer.
I couldn't tell if he was flying it around or if he was just controlling it or something.
I was like trying to talk and everybody's talking over him. I'm like, God damn, I must be not making very
You
good
must have
points.
been
And
muted.
yeah, I was muted.
You were not making very good points. Let me
No,
tell you.
apparently good.
Very mute points.
Well, the good thing is we're still in the algorithm because none of those words got out. But no, what I was saying was, first one was, has anybody heard the Brutal Doom soundtrack by Andrew Horschultz?
I've heard about Brutal Doom, but not the soundtrack.
The soundtrack by Andrew Horschultz it's amazing, and you can he actually put the songs into a WAD file so you can play it in like G Doom, so you can play it with the original Doom, and it sounds amazing. So check it out. It's awesome. The other thing I was gonna say is you know, the whole mech thing and everything like that. It's cool, but the thing about Doom is like you're one guy, you're Doom guy, and you're destroying everything that comes in front of him. So if he's in a mech, it's like, I don't know. It's not. I don't know if it's on brand for him. I think it'd be fun, but you know what I mean. Like Doom guy.
I would assume it's probably like just a small scripted segment in a level.
Yeah. I'm just
probably the
I'm
same
just
with
saying,
the dragon.
I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, I love that you're trying new things. It's almost like Doom and Hexen had a kid there. I kind of like it. You know, which by the way, Hexen does not get nearly enough love that it should in today's world. That was one of my most favorite games. Heretic and Hexen were awesome. They were also made by id, but I hope they kind of lean into some of that stuff where they have potions and things like that, because that was a really fun game.
I mean, it could be fan service by at least having the mech in the game, but not overusing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were in the last game. So I mean, it's kind of cool that we're seeing it again, in my opinion. Like we saw him at the end of the DLC of the last game, and it's kind of like a tease. And now we're seeing, even though this is a prequel, but it's still
Right, it's definitely a prequel.
Yeah.
I actually thought this Gaming Ronin too when I saw it, but it still looks cool.
Yeah, there are parts in Doom Eternal where you control like go up to a machine and you control one of the demons.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the one segment
Can't show,
where
but I
you
have a
get the super
poster of it right
shotgun.
there. Right, yep. So maybe it's just like that. He's just controlling a flying demon.
That could be. Yeah, that shield looks dope, like Captain America and Odd Job.
Oh, that shield is awesome.
Well, did you see how he you can toss it also, and it cuts a bunch of guys, and then it comes back and cuts a bunch of guys as you get it back again, like a boomerang. That was pretty sweet.
That is.
That gun that chops up the skull and shoots the fragments.
Yes.
That was so
cool. That was
metal.
creative.
That's
metal.
So good. Dude is brutal. But
It's really creative.
Doom adjacent. Just curious if anyone here played Metal Hellsinger.
No, I watched people play it though. It looks really fun.
Okay. It's pretty short, but it was pretty cool and had some great music because it's Doom, but a rhythm game. You have to shoot and dodge and stuff on the rhythm. That's pretty cool.
The other game we were talking about is Gears of War, right?
Yes.
So Phantom was telling me that he heard that this is actually going to be a remaster and not like a prequel style game.
No, it can't be because E-Day is well before where the first game
you're right.
starts. They've
I'm
already
wondering-
been at war for a number of years. I forget exactly the timeline because I read some of the books way back in the day, but E-Day was well before Gears.
I think
1
we just
picked
don't
up.
have enough information right now, and people are just getting excited over it.
And you can tell because Dom and Marcus look quite a bit younger than they did in Gears 1.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Phantom says reboot.
I don't see
I don't
that.
know where you've heard that. I've not heard any talk of a reboot.
I haven't heard anything either, but I've been drinking for the past like 3 days. So if you
that, and we had to try to decipher Cajun Corey's language.
I mean, I don't doubt that they're trying to like reboot it completely because they kind of did get stagnant with the later Gears games, right? So maybe they're trying to go back to some sort of point again and then start over again. That would make sense to me a little bit.
Remaster the first one after this or something.
Well,
maybe
the first okay, so I'm a graphic designer by trade. So when I look at things, they use the original Gears of War logo. To me, that says it is a prequel, and that they're just showing like the emergence story, which we've all wanted to see forever. They just talk about it, but the fact they went back to Gears of War and they're not just calling it Gears, is that really got me excited, because I'm like, all right, finally we're returning to sanity here. But the whole thing with like how they looked like younger versions, but they looked like they existed in the same universe and the same game engine, which made me really excited. It looked like a Gears of War game from back in the day. Yeah.
I mean, the original Gears of War logo was pretty badass too.
It is. I'm like they tried to get cute with it, because everything is like, like it's not, Lord of the Ring. It's not House of the Dragon. It's Hot D, or it's like, no, it's just like, it was called Gears of War, and calling it Gears was a cop out, and that's why I wasn't interested, because I was just like, well, why would you walk away from that? That's like, when you see that logo, you're like, I'm gonna have some fun. So I'm glad they kind of realized that.
All right, let's check out this trailer. More like a teaser.
Oh. E-Day was 14 years before Gears 1.
14?
Ha.
I didn't notice it until just now that they've got like a remixed version of the Mad World song playing.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
Quietly.
Yeah, the Gary Jules version.
I said that last night. After we
we
watched
went
the
through all
trailer,
the
I was
trailer.
like, "Oh, it's the same song."
It
The
kind of hits
original
you right in
trailer.
the feels.
Yeah, from
That was
the
really, and I
very
love how
first
they
trailer.
had. I love how they have this cyberpunk kind of like the whole city looks like totally looks like Gears of War, the original. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. We were watching the Mad World Gears trailer last night. And how freaking good that was, right?
Yeah, and I remember reading the comments at the time when it came out. People were like, "Ugh, the music doesn't match the game," and I'm like, "That's the point, you moron." It's like, it was because it was
like the feel of the story.
Yeah, exactly. But it was such everybody remembers it. I downloaded that song through totally legal means as soon as I could.
Yeah. I brought this.
R.I.P. to good IGN with that logo.
This is like one of the greatest trailers ever, I think.
Ever.
Yep.
Faces, worn out faces. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow.
no tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad
It's
On
so
my
good.
yeah, on my good friends at Melee Games on Friday night, they did their monthly town hall, and the theme was like video game marketing and art and stuff. And I brought that one up as one of the greatest.
Yeah, and we were going through some of the other ones too, and like the Gears 2 and 3 were pretty good too.
Oh,
Yeah, they all have good trailers.
Oh, by the way,
Drunk
if I may,
video.
I gave my son Achromatic Chronicles Blue tonight, and he is all about it. He's in love with it. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's he was into it, and I had to peel him off it for dinner. So it's saying a lot. If he's not on his tablet, it's just like, which I don't let him watch that much. But yeah.
So you told him to stop reading Jay's book.
Yeah, usually he'll stop reading
Wow.
if there's dinner because he's like going to be like 7 feet tall, I think. But yeah, I was like, hey man, like you need to get ready. So yeah, no, totally, dude. Much love to you. There's not much out there that I like. It's nice that I don't have to look over his shoulder and I know it's going to be good. So
I'm
it's a
planning
nice-
on picking it up on the next campaign. I was looking at it. I DM'd him the other day. I'm like, hey, how can I get it? He's like, oh, you have to get it in the next campaign when it goes live. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why I can't find it anywhere.
Or if you were at the last meetup, it was for sale at the Ripaverse booth.
Yeah, I grabbed the last one. So it was flying off the shelves.
But Nerd Slap. Did you ever play Gears of War very much?
Yeah, I played a little bit of 4 and 5 back in the day, and I liked them. I never really got much into the lore of it all. Yeah, quote unquote back in the day, But I didn't really get too much into like the story and the lore, but I did like the gameplay. I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's the opposite. I played 1, 2, and 3. Haven't played 4 or 5.
Yep, me too. Me too.
And
Okay,
I
so
did read a couple of the books back in the day too.
if I may,
was the
Nerdy
first one.
Neo. Yeah, if I may, Nerdy Neo, did you play
Yes.
the multiplayer?
No, I despise the Gears multiplayer. I hate it so much.
I know, I do too, but I still love playing it. There's 2 words why people hated playing multiplayer. I'll give you the what was the 2 words? Do you know what they were?
Two-piece.
No. I'll give you a hint. The first name is Host.
Oh.
Host Advantage.
Host
I
Advantage.
hated Host Advantage because I would I would wait and I'd be looking and I'd turn the corner and shoot the shotgun and watch the guy blow apart, but I die because the guy is on dial up or ISDN or something like that. You're like, oh, I hated Host Advantage. So if you got somebody with a good ping rate, because it was like 2006, wasn't like a guarantee they had good internet. you know? So Host Advantage, I'm one of the so I'm weird. People, if you haven't surmised that by now, I never played any of the campaigns. I am a multiplayer fiend.
That's the only part that's worth playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's what I did with all the Call of Duty games. Like I played a little bit of the stories, but
I typically don't like PvP stuff, but I love co-op. So Gears co-op is great.
It was. In fact, yeah, a lot of people that don't like Gears, and I mean, it sounds mean, but you just didn't have a friend on the couch with you to play with you because it was just a whole different game when you were split screening with your best pal next to you.
I think that's how I beat 2.
I think that's the only way I've actually played co-op in Gears is couch co-op. I don't think I've played co-op online.
Okay, I got to say this because this was Gears 3 was the game that introduced me to this. Was Horde mode.
Horde mode is
Horde mode
fun.
in 3, you can just grab a drink and shoot and laugh your ass off because it'll just give you but the great thing about Gears 3 Horde mode is they had a lot of really weird creatures. So you had things that would crawl on the ground, things that would fly in the air. They really made you think when it was time to fight, and they would get knocked down. You'd still have to do the one of the best things about Gears of War, and I remember it now, is hitting that RB button and getting that
Active reload.
Active reload. Dude, especially when things were going crazy, you got that active reload and you just saw it light up. You're like, oh, it was so much fun.
My timing is on point.
And I ended up adding that to the newer Star Wars Battlefront. I don't know if it's in the first one, but it's in the second one where if you hit the cooldown at the right time.
Yeah, that became kind of a popular thing in a lot of games after Gears.
Yeah.
As far as I know, Gears is what came up with that concept.
I think you might be right. Yeah,
I don't know. Gears didn't come up with that concept. Old school golf games where you would like try to
golf game.
hit them.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like you play like PGA Tour or something like that.
Yeah.
And if you got it right on and you hit a perfect drive, because it wasn't like I wasn't like I play golf or anything, but there's like games where you would have to hit it just right, and if you got it, you're like, oh, it was because it wasn't easy. It was not easy. But the fact that they worked that into a game that has guns with chainsaws attached to it and grenades with spikes on them, like that was also fun when you would tag your friend. You go do like a 4v4 and your friend be on the other team. You're like, you knew they had 3 seconds before they know they were dead, and it was glorious. They'd walk around with that thing on their back.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree with
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, that was Risking for the Biscuit. Army 2 was a good co-op game too. That was fun.
Yeah, no. What came first? Was it Gears or was it Army of 2?
I think Army 2 was late 2000s.
They feel very
like
similar
November
as far as like the co-opness of the game, right?
Although Army of 2's like gimmick was the whole aggro. Like when one person's aggro, the other character is basically invisible and no one even shoots at him, which was kind of a cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gears 1 was November 2006. And the first
I remember playing Army of 2, and I
March
just thought it was
2008.
So okay,
a little over a year later.
I mean, they were like developing over each other at that point, right?
But
back in that time, they were making games, 3 or 4 years at a time, right?
Yeah, and Army 2 is the EA.
Yep. Well, okay, so EA did a 2-year cycle on that one, probably. That's how their investors work. But I remember Army of 2 being really fun because you could put like a shield on the front of your light machine gun that absorbs bullets for you. Yeah, that was a fun game to play with friends. Oh, Mr. Monkey Man, how's it going?
Mr. Monkey Man.
Monkey Man.
He's one of Nerd Slab's friends, right?
Yes, sir.
Get an avatar, you plebe.
No, he's
Alphabet Alliance.
Yeah, he's a part of the Alphabet Alliance with Hayden 75.
Just you wait. I'm gonna have my way with Hayden here in about 2 days. So, little spoiler, but
whoa,
yeah. So what do you got back there?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's what he's asking.
That's what Monkey Man was asking.
What's on the wall?
Oh,
yeah.
So I got a let's see here, M16, FNC, and then DSA SA58, which is basically a knockoff of a FAL. And then I also have a Dragunov.
That's what I thought that was.
It's
Hey,
a
man.
PSL.
He's ready for Black Ops.
That's right. No, dude, like 5 minutes before it started, I turned my camera on. I was like, oh my God, all the guns are missing because I was out of town. So I put them all in the safe. So I grabbed a handful of stuff and threw it up there. So
you're forgetting one, ABF.
Well, the 50 cal requires assembly, so I didn't get that one up there.
No.
It's
Over the one over your left shoulder. It's an old Beagle. They're definitely deadly. That's more like chemical warfare, but
no, this thing when it bites you doesn't even hurt.
No. I wasn't talking about that end. I was talking about the other end.
Oh.
You feel like you live in Syria. Let's just put it that way.
I think you mean India.
Well. Old puppies have it's like chemical warfare. It's really awful. But
when she farts, it'll clear an entire room.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
she should be in Rainbow Six Siege.
Mm-hmm.
So send out the old Beagle.
Osama bin Mali,
or like in I think it was Red Faction Guerrilla. There's a secret weapon, Mr. Toots.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Know
Red
about
Faction was fun, man. Red Faction was a lot of fun.
the
Yeah,
unicorn
Red Faction
that
Guerrillas is
you
great.
shoot rainbows out its butt and it destroys that.
Yeah.
That was only in multiplayer though, right?
Yeah, so it wouldn't be a Molotov cocktail. It would be a Molly cocktail, a Molly dog cocktail.
That's where you slap her on the face a couple times and toss her into a group of people.
Yeah, and they're just like retching. Yeah.
Oh.
Red Faction was a great game too. I remember
It was. It was
experiencing the
destructibility.
level of destruction. Yeah.
Someone's
You
got
can
a lot
go
of
through the
background
walls,
noise.
blow up the walls and stuff.
That's
Yeah,
Nerd
that was
Slap?
awesome, man.
There it is.
Good now.
Oh, wait.
So I'm just gonna mention it, but has anyone here played Civilization 7? Or sorry, any Civilization games? Because Civilization
It's not
7
out yet.
No, Civilization 7 just got announced, and I was really surprised by that. So
I played a lot of 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
5 was a good one.
It was. I had a lot of fun with 5. I haven't played 6, so I can't talk about 6.
6 was a lot of fun after they came out with a couple of expansions and like rebalanced everything. I played a lot of that during the pandemic. So
All I know about Civ is one of them was broken where if you were playing as like Mahatma Gandhi, you did something, you would make your
I'm so glad you know
aggression go negative, and then he went super aggressive and nuked everyone.
And they, you know what? They knew about the bug and didn't fix it because it was so funny.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, they would be like, we want to call it truce. He's like, I will destroy all of you with nukes.
Which Civ was
Look it up
that?
on YouTube. If you do not piss yourself laughing, you are. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be associated with.
I just remember seeing that in like a list of like video, like a top 10 list of like bugs that developers left in games because they were funny.
Nerds played 6.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
How many?
Sorry about the background noise.
No, you're good. How many times
It'll hurt now.
do you think that you've started playing Civ 6 and then noticed that the sun is coming out?
Oh, too many times. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been so many times where I've just started playing and I'll be like, "Oh, snap! That's been 8 hours. I need to go to bed." It's hard to stop playing. You get so locked in.
Have you heard the story about the first? I don't know if it's the first, but it's a what is the neuro something that Elon Musk came out with?
Oh,
Neuralink.
Neuralink.
Yeah.
One of the recipients of it had it installed, and he could then control a computer with his mind, right? And the first thing he did was he stayed up all night and played Civilization until the freaking battery died on it, and he had to stop.
Oh my god.
That's insane. I could see it.
So here's my question. Here's my question, Agronol. If you get mad with your controller, if you have Neuralink, are you gonna just bash your head against the wall?
I mean, maybe I do that anyway.
That's why you have all those posters.
I mean, he already smashes his controllers. So.
That was yes, that was the joke. But yes, I just.
Well, while we're on the topic of Neuralink, I just watched it last night for a stream that I'm going to be on Wednesday night. But has anyone seen the movie Upgrade?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
I definitely recommend
it's been a
it.
while.
It's awesome, and it's it's basically like Neuralink. It turned into like a sci-fi thriller.
I mean, dude, if Neuralink complements games in any way, they're gonna have a huge customer base. They just will.
Here's what I'm excited
with your
about.
mind.
So, does anybody know who Rocky No Hands is?
No, who's that?
He's a quadriplegic.
I
And
know handy capable Sean.
No, but this guy, Rocky No Hands, he's quadriplegic. He has a hot girlfriend, and he calls himself the Oral Assassin. You just connect the dots. But he is a world class, like he could. So he uses this device that's made for like playing Tetris or like Minesweeper, but he like wrecks people in PUBG, Fortnite, like all those kind of esports games. Like he's really good at it. It's amazing. The guy just doesn't complain about anything. He's quadriplegic. But he was talking about like, yeah, he's like, oh, I'll take Neuralink. So For guys like that, if they could, have a chance to walk again, I understand it, but I feel like that would definitely be the red herring to get all of us to not pay attention. But I understand where they're coming from. If I can't move my arms or legs, I'll be like, yeah, put that chip in my head. But
if I was paralyzed 100%, I would just be like, do it.
No, that's just like seriously. But seriously, Rocky No Hands, if you've seen his highlights, the man's amazing because there's like 34 separate commands you can do. It's sucking, blowing, moving left and right, like you move it with your mouth, so it captures it has like more commands than a controller. But he has weaponized that literally to play esports games, and he just drops bombs on people. Like he's really good. He's part of an esports team. It's amazing. So
I love Cerberus's comment.
If there's sucking and blowing involved, Mo, yeah.
True.
If there's sucking and blowing involved, Mo, I think you'd be really good at it. Just saying.
Ouch.
All right. Well, it's been fun being on Off the Hip. It's been really nice, people. So I really appreciate it. Except for ABF, fuck you.
Speaking of gay, we have State of Decay 3.
State of Decay?
State of Decay.
Where's your pride flag?
See anything
Oh,
here?
they even got the flag there.
Yeah.
Because that's important in the apocalypse.
It's not.
Yeah, because when you're trying to rebuild the human race, you can't have butt babies, people, no matter how much the Acolyte wants you to believe that. It's not a thing.
No, he's very flamboyant about it, Isaac. Jeez. He's very prideful during this month. Right, Mo?
Me? Yes, of course. Obviously. I have a beard and not on my face, so sorry. No scissor babies either, yeah. Like it's just
all they had to do was not put that in there. And more people would be on board with it.
Be like Treyarch. Be like, shut the fuck up and test my game, you loser.
Or maybe they put that in there because they didn't put very much effort in the game. Like it seems to be a trend. It really does.
It's almost like people that are ideologues aren't talented at anything. I'm shocked. Are you shocked, Nerdy Nino?
Shocked. Well,
not that shocked. By the way, I got to at personal nerd awesome moment because I love this man who voiced this character, Stimpy, Billy West. I got to talk to him for quite a while at the MegaCon meetup. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know who he is nowadays, which makes me very sad.
Really?
Pretty much, no. I just walked up and I talked to him, and he was super nice, and I was the only person in line.
That's
and there was
awesome.
like, the man. If you have a good sense, a good sense of humor at all, if you like anything that is hilarious nowadays, it's probably Billy West voiced a character in that cartoon over the last 30 or 40 years. Like the man is just unbelievable, and he's super nice. I told him thank you for making my childhood awesome because I got to watch Ren and Stimpy when I was like 10 or 11, and he was hilarious. But yeah, no, shocked, but not that shocked. But the man just checks all the boxes. He's just amazing, and he's pushing. He's like, we got a new thing of Futurama coming out, and I'm like, I'm hoping they don't mess it up, but he was cool. Anyways, sorry.
Futurama was one of my favorite shows.
That was a great show. Missed a lot.
What did you think of the reboot?
I actually never watched it.
The second one?
I've been waiting for someone to tell me you need to watch this.
What, the third one? The third reboot?
Yeah, like the most recent. Yeah,
I didn't realize it had come out. I'm afraid because the second one was amazing. All the memes came from that one. Like I'm shocked, but not shocked. That was from the second one. That was from the "Shut Up and Take My Money" was from the iPhone, but it was like where they installed it in your eye.
That's like the one episode of Futurama I've seen.
I've watched all
so
of
many
them.
good episodes.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
And by the way, they hide stuff in there. Like when they're trying to. Okay, so there's an episode where they're swapping people's minds, and they can only do it one at a time. That apparently was an algorithm that you could do. So they actually followed like mathematical science to make that happen. So they put that shit in there. Like it's all based off math. Like they put like super nerdy stuff in there. I love Futurama. I don't want to watch the newest season because the first run and the second run were so freaking good.
Oh man.
Hmm.
I hate when that kind of stuff bleeds into the actual content.
I kind of understand, but you know, he was nice to me. So as long as
Yeah.
you know, I don't. I really, if I was wearing a red hat, I don't think he would have cared. Like seriously, like people talk shit when they're behind a keyboard. They're a lot nicer.
As long as
in
it
person.
doesn't bleed into his work, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah, and
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing with the Call of Duty behind the scenes thing. Yeah, we saw pink hair and stuff, but they didn't. They're not allowed to put their shit in there. Obviously, you had George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton being pieces of shit in the same game, and I'm like, that's base to me. With a man riding a moped with an American flag skin, jumping over
Not
police.
just a man. That's Russell Adler. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Huh? Go ahead.
It was a dirt bike, not a moped.
Well, you've heard.
Did
that
you
joke
see where
about-
that was at? By the way, that was at a Bill Clinton. Like that was Bill Clinton was speaking in the game. So Bill Clinton is like a model in the game.
What's that in Call of Duty?
Well,
Yeah, that was at
place
like
in
Bill Clinton
91,
was.
so he was
Yeah.
president then, right?
Bill Clinton was speaking.
No, he
like,
was.
at, like, a,
He would have been campaigning because he would have been elected in '92.
Oh,
so that's
that
probably what
sounds
it was
right.
then. He's
Yeah.
campaigning because he was on stage. There's a bunch of people watching. So he is in the game, which is pretty interesting.
It's not hard to 3D model public figures because you got angles of all, like, especially if they're like presidential candidates. There's like, holy shit, you could do like Richard Nixon if you had enough.
They
TV
did.
footage.
Remember
Yeah.
Black Ops 1? They did. He played as Nixon.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just
Astro.
watching you.
Just be glad he doesn't have a belt because people that wear suspenders and belts are functionally retarded.
Yes.
Pick
one or the other. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Make up your mind.
to go back to Call of Duty, like we were talking about with Bill Clinton, I have probably most amount of hours in any Call of Duty game in Black Ops 1. And the reason why that one really clicked with me was there weren't any like crazy kill streaks or weapons in the game. It just felt really balanced because I think 1980s guns are some of the coolest, and they're not like crazy futuristic and electronic and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe with the Gulf War, they're kind of going back to that a bit, right?
That's definitely what it looks like.
Yeah. So we're gonna see some M16s probably and AKs, and I mean basically everything from the Black Ops 1. Plus,
all those guns will be in there. Plus some
yeah,
more.
I mean, not a whole lot came out 10 years after, because I mean, weapon didn't really get crazy until like 2010 probably.
They're gonna have the MP5 in there. They're gonna have the AK-74U. They're gonna have all the Black Ops guns are gonna be in there.
Yeah. MP5 was definitely like already in the 80s era and stuff like that.
When is it supposed to come out again?
October.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Usual release cycle, late October, early November.
Yep. I mean, what are you guys most excited about with the game? The movement, the weapons?
For
the
me,
story?
it's the multiplayer bringing back classic prestige, because for the past 4 years, every season that Call of Duty releases, every game is season based now. You can only progress to a certain level. So for the first season, you can go up to level 250, and then you're kind of stuck there. It feels like you're playing for nothing. And back then, you had 10 prestiges to go through, and then an additional 1,000 levels. So as much as you were playing, it felt like you were always grinding towards something, getting like a reward, whether it's a calling card to show off, how much you played,
dude.
how good you are. That's coming back, which has been missing for the past 4 years, which I am ecstatic about.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mo.
No, it like prestige. I remember I didn't. I was working all the time. I did not. It's not indignation against anybody, but I had a friend that would he could drink all day and play the game. So he's like the top level of prestige way ahead of everybody. But you know, there were people in the lobby. They'd be like, "Dude, like, you know, it was like it was literally like having all of your badges right there, you know."
Yeah.
And it was like literally like I went through this, and I never was interested in that. I just didn't have the time. But it you know, that kind of like competition is what drives video games. Like if you can do that, but if you artificially inhibit that, then you're going to lose your player base. Like straight up. Like if you're not rewarded for the work that you do, aka meritocracy, then you're gonna lose people, because if you're gonna artificially limit it for the rest of the people to come up, it's not good. You know, so I'm glad when I saw that, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I would never hit prestige levels of other Call of Duty players, but if they're that willing to be that invested, why would you artificially limit the playtime of your most fervent fans? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a wall.
No, there should never be a wall, because those are the people that are going to spend the money. They're going to promote the game. They're going to talk to their friends. And that's a thing too, is word of mouth. If I do. Me encanta jalapenos, Sumericon.
And fish tacos too.
See, oh yeah, he loves fish tacos.
Yeah, Project Taco. Is fish tacos are his favorite.
Horrible Mexican. He loves fish tacos. I agree. He's told me in private chats he loves fish tacos.
So I got the game trailers pulled up. We don't have to watch all of them, but I just wanted to point out we got Sophie in the house. But we got
hey, what's up, Sophie?
World of Warcraft made
on,
an announcement for a new expansion. Perfect Dark. And Metal Gear Solid. So I don't know. Any of you guys excited about any of those games?
Metal Gear looks good, but I'm not the biggest Metal Gear fan.
I'm not either.
I'm cautiously optimistic about Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was literally my favorite game of all time, the original, for a good number of years. And Perfect Dark Zero wasn't as good as the original, but I did still enjoy it despite it getting a lot of hate. And that was in 2005, so it's nearly been 20 years since Perfect Dark Zero. I'm liking the look of the Perfect Dark gameplay. I'm just not a big fan of the masculinization of the character, because she was pretty hot.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really know about that from the trailer, because I haven't played the games in so long. I don't even remember what that character looked like. But when I started seeing that stuff on Twitter, like, it does seem like they're trying to slide something somewhere.
I gotta give that very strong, defined chin.
Yeah,
that all the female characters seem to have these days.
But I mean,
the gameplay itself looks pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the gameplay looked really cool. It looked like it was kind of like a throwback game, kind of, and it was gonna be like probably like a nostalgic feel, you know.
Graphics wise, it looked really good. And it looks like they threw in some parkour from like Mirror's Edge, which wasn't.
That's exactly what I said.
Games.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I love Mirror's Edge. I love that game.
Yeah.
So.
Who was the antagonist? What was their race and gender or sex? I should say. There's no such.
What in Mirror's Edge?
Yeah.
I don't even remember the antagonist.
Oh,
Are you talking about the antagonist or the protagonist?
It was the government, wasn't it?
The protagonist is Faith. She's an Asian woman.
Oh, she's an Asian woman. But everybody loved that game because it was so creative. Yeah.
Yeah, the antagonist that game, I don't remember.
Nobody
that game was
complained about
revolutionary, being a first-person parkour game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Isaac has something to say about that.
Same.
I hate you.
And despite it getting a lot of hate,
I hope you sit on a public toilet and get herpes in your butthole.
Wow.
No,
Is that
but
like-
he does it on purpose. He misspells stuff.
Is that
No,
when
he
like you're pooping and like the water splashes up on your?
Yeah, I
butthole?
I hope some hooker takes a hot dump because she took too much fentanyl, and you fucking like follow it up.
Oh my!
Sit on that hot
Holy.
toilet seat, and you get
Alrighty then.
herpes for your all because you misspelled because you people suck. All right.
Wow.
But yeah, despite it getting a lot of hate, I thought Mirror's Edge Catalyst was still enjoyable as well.
Nerd Slap needs to leave. Nerd Slap,
Yeah.
what do you got going on that you want to shout out before you take off?
Oh, just my streaming over on Kick. You know, I just reached affiliate recently. Been doing
Nice.
what streaming I can. You know, I did a Sea of Thieves stream earlier today. But other than that, just off the hip, and then some side projects that'll be coming out soon.
Nice. Yeah, I enjoy watching your streams. Make sure, yep, we got a link down there from Phantom. Thank you. Make sure you head over there and sub.
Appreciate y'all having me on. Again, I do apologize for the background noise. Got some family over, so
No, you're good, man.
I will catch y'all next time, and hail to the chat, you wonderful people.
Indeed.
Take care. Everyone.
Later, Nerd Slap.
Later, man.
See you later,
Hey,
Nerd Slap.
peace.
What were we talking about? Metal Gear Solid? Are we a yay or a nay on that one? I'm kind of like a wait and see on that one.
So this is what I said last night. I think well, obviously anybody that's paid attention to Hideo Kojima understands that he's been
Thank you
smelling
for
his
saying
farts
it
quite.
correctly.
He's been OD. Huh?
It annoys me when people say Hideo or Hideo Kojima. You know, it's Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, I'm a huge
Weeb.
my nerddom lies in samurai movies. I love samurai movies. But Hideo Kojima, he has been ODing on his farts for the last like 15 years. So I feel like somebody kind of like saw the source material, because when I saw the trailer, it seemed like it wasn't like it wasn't like overly dramatic. Like it just looked like, it reminded me of like Rainbow 2. Like it's just like, look, we're just giving you enough to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like in the rest of it, just have fun with it. Like it wasn't like overly ornate, like kind of exposition and stuff like that. Which, if you're gonna be like Snake, who is quite honestly supposed to be like Rambo, you know, if you remember First Blood, Rainbow 2, he sneaks around and he kills people. He's not loud unless he's like cornered, you know. He's a dangerous animal, but he's quiet until he gets cornered, which is what you're supposed to be, which is what I felt Solid Snake was always supposed to be. So I feel like they're characterizing him much better. Like he should be a man of few words if that's what he does. He's supposed to be a silent assassin. It shouldn't be a shit ton of exposition. It should be, I'm a badass, and it's inferred. So that's my thing. Like, treat him like Rambo. Give him some character building moments, but don't overdo it.
I just worry about Konami. Does Konami have any? He's not working with Konami anymore, right? Because they had like a big breakup. But I don't know.
No. Well, it was nice talking to you, Nerdy Neo.
We got him back.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Hopefully that fixed
it. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is working, because the original games were through Konami, right? Metal Gear?
Yeah, they're always through Konami, and it was Hideo Kojima. He did the first one. Well, he didn't do the NES version, which is
Metal Gear with to do this.
Yeah, we were all confused when Metal Gear Solid came out on the PlayStation. I'm like, why are we sneaking around? I remember playing the NES version where you just shoot the fuck out of people, you know. But no, but it's like the Ridley Scott complaint or the George Lucas complaint. It's like you almost need a fresh set of eyes on it. So having Hideo Kojima, if you have somebody competent taking over the reins, that's a good thing.
Well, it says it's still coming out under Konami, so I wonder how much influence Hideo even has on this remaster.
Look at Microsoft. Microsoft has Treyarch. They also have Infinity Ward, and they also have
these guys got
they have all these houses where they're like mega woke, because Microsoft is over the top woke. Like they're just retarded.
I'm telling you, Microsoft is Thanos collecting all the Affinity Stones, and they're gonna snap eventually with the Game Pass.
Could be, but I don't think it's Thanos. I think it's like I don't know. It's like the Sarlacc pit. They just digest slowly and don't do shit.
All right. So apparently, Hideo Kojima has nothing to do with this remake.
I think though that they are making moves with this latest showcase. It does seem like they're trying to get back to the roots. Because I always said that
problem is that every time Konami remasters their games, they just get worse every time. Like the graphics in this one look good, but who knows like what they'll cut from the game stuff, because apparently even the Master Collection that they released, it's like just not as good. I can't go into details because I'm not that much into Metal Gear, but I've just heard a lot of people say that like just play the original games, don't get the Master Collection. And now you see the Silent Hill 2 remake looking real bad.
Yeah, that does look pretty bad.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me pull up this article I got here. Entire screen. But we got quite a few things here. Indiana Jones. You guys want to talk about that?
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I think it actually looks kind of cool. Personally, I think that a first-person experience as Harrison Ford playing Indiana Jones would be kind of cool.
It sounds great on paper, but I don't know if I trust Bethesda.
Well, here's the thing from the trailer. The woman is not the independent woman that don't need no help. Like it's like a Marion character where she'll be deceptive and stuff like that, which doesn't require strength. It just requires you to be smart. And she was. Right. Yeah. No, but I mean like it's within the female characters that have existed in the Indiana Jones universe. Damn.
Nerd Neo's got internet problems. Like
oh, it's because of the storm. That's right. Yeah. But no, it's like seriously, I don't agree with Noob Tech Guy. Like we all got to be careful. If you stare into the abyss too long, it starts to stare back at you. You cannot just look for, because if you want to look for something wrong and call it like woke or something like that, you're gonna find what you're looking for. You're gonna find what you're looking for. You have to be as unbiased as you can because you'll miss out on things like, like Helldivers or well, stay safe there, sir. But it's a thing, but from what I saw, as far as it looked way, way better than Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny. Like the interplay. No, I'm serious.
It did. I'm
serious.
Totally
Like
agree. I totally agree.
The female was playing like. If we've all been involved with females, whether you're related to them or you're married into it, they're deceptive. That's what they do. That's how they work. No lies detected. And if you disagree with that, Sophie, if you disagree with that, you're lying. Mentirosa. No, but it's the truth. But like in the trailer, it had the Marion vibes from like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they like try to sneak stuff by you, and like it was very. I thought it was true to the characters, and it like I don't know if they're just showing the best part and the rest of it's shit, but from what I saw there, they at least deserve my attention. I'm not saying I will never pre-order anything. Hashtag Alec Baldwin's finger, but I feel like it looked like that was a good foot forward in marketing, at least. Whether or not the whole game's like that, but it looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the whole like scene that they showed with the warship out in the ice, like it was cool. It felt like Indiana Jones because it was adventuresome and obscure, and that's kind of how Indiana Jones is.
My favorite line from the trailer was when the guy's like, the Nazi's like, your beer tastes like piss. And I'm like, yeah, it really does.
It does. Must have had a Bud Light.
Yeah, so that's somebody that you think a SJW would know that was the case. She'd be more interested in the piss than the beer, but so I think that was, there was a lot of things from that trailer that I'm like, okay. It doesn't hurt that it was flanked by just absolute garbage. Dragon Ages. But anyways.
No, the trailer was amazing, and I think the story is going to be great. My only gripe is with Bethesda's, like Wolfenstein, Skyrim. And this kind of a stretch with Skyrim, but Fallout, like their first-person gameplay is kind of choppy. Have you guys feel that? Have you noticed that?
I can't say I can. Yeah, I don't think I can say anything on that, to be honest.
Have you played like Wolfenstein at all? Anybody?
I haven't played Wolfenstein, but I played Fallout, but it was on a PC, which is superior to consoles, so I probably had higher frame rate than you did. So,
well, I'm not talking about frame rate. I'm talking about just like
The Machine Games Wolfenstein games are pretty good.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
we
It's
also
just-
we also don't pre-order games because we don't sit in the corner of a room, and watch things happen. Put it like
I sit on the cushion on my bar stool, so
it's true. I can't
Cody's
turn
like-
my chair
Cody's like,
over.
"Fuck
you." Good. No.
no, like what do you mean by
no,
like
ser-
choppy?
I don't know. Forget I said anything.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. Some people just don't enjoy first-person games, and I get it. I've fought people on it before, but like, I don't know. We all just have our preferences when it comes to gaming.
Yeah, I don't play many first-person games. Like
I kind of like
FPS is my favorite.
Halo and Doom. Deus
I
Ex
kind of
is
like
very
first
much-
person. It's more immersive. I think.
It's my favorite type of game. I play Red Dead 2 in first person. I play Grand Theft Auto 5 in first person.
Yeah. I mean, we bought the game again for GTA 5 because they made it first
Yeah.
person. So
I bought it like yeah, twice.
yeah,
We
everybody
bought it on
bought that
every
game like 4 times. dude.
Platform, yeah. PS3,
Rockstar.
PS4, PC.
I was
They know
just
what
going
they're
through
doing.
old clips of that game, and makes me want to play again. But I don't know if I can get back into it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Indiana Jones is also a wait and see, personally.
It's on
'Cause,
Game
I mean,
Pass day one, isn't it?
Dude, like
Probably.
99% of all these games are.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
totally.
wait and hear what people think about it, and then
Yeah.
I'll make up my mind if I'll get it. Or
I
not.
mean, personally, I'm gonna pull out my credit card and buy 10 years of Game Pass for this South of Midnight game on day one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Pre-order it right now.
Well, you can only stack 3 years at a time.
Oh,
Well, they
dang
called it.
Ah,
They called it South of Midnight because you can't fit the title south of a rafter and north of a stool into a game. So. That would be a little
also,
too wordy.
you flip it over and right in between the butt cheeks is where.
Yeah, well, I mean, what those people, what those kind of people are doing, the 42%, they're not worried about what happens afterwards, so it's okay. They can be upside down, left, right, center, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, no, I think Indiana Jones, we need to see more because they might have just shown us like, the part where they put the most money into the game and the gameplay and the cutscene type, areas of the game. So,
Well, if I may, as far as best foot forward, they think their best foot forward is like mud diversity and stuff like that. But that was like a legitimate good string of dialogue for an interaction. The woman was scared.
yeah.
Like it felt like Indiana Jones to me, and I haven't seen anything like that. Even Crystal Skull. All right, people have recency bias, whether it's good or bad. If you see something that's absolute shit, doesn't mean that the turd that you saw 16 years ago wasn't shit as well. That's not, it doesn't, that's not a thing. Because Crystal Skull made me angry. It was so bad. The CGI was so bad.
Yeah, it was not good.
Like the whole thing was just bad. The story was bad. Nuking the fridge was bad. Like the whole,
The jungle scene with the giant ants was bad.
Oh,
It
I
was so
forgot
bad.
about
it
that.
was so bad.
Yeah, it was so
The whole
bad.
thing was just awful. The Ark of the Covenant is in the Area 51. Fuck you. It's,
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
I remember
they showed
my-
it in that box. That's just
My friend spoiled it for me and told me they were like, "Oh yeah, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull is about aliens," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! No, it's not." And then I went and saw it, and it's about fucking aliens. So
yeah, I love how they
Yeah.
like the Ark of the Covenant opens up. I would take that. Like obviously it works. Just don't look into it. Just tell them like, hey, take a look in the box. But it's yeah. But from what I saw, it looked really good. It reminded me of Temple of Doom, and it reminded me of Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones, which was a different feel. It really was because it was supposed to be a prequel. Wait, it was a prequel.
yeah, it's
So-
pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah. So I think like it gave me those vibes where it didn't match up with 1 and 3, but it matched up with Temple of Doom, and I'm like, so it's on my radar. It doesn't mean I'm going to buy it or pre-order it or do anything like that. I need to see the reviews from people I trust because they'll be real. The people that just hold everything on high for wokeness or against wokeness. I don't care. Like I just like if that's all you're going to see, then I'm going to get a biased review. But there's people that are like, okay, this was actually good. You know, I really like this. You know, this was one or two things I don't agree with, but it doesn't kill the game. And then, you know, so anywho.
As far as this goes, Isaac, I think that Nerdrotic and those guys, they rate movies a lot in TV shows. And Gary, as much as he's the god gamer, is not a gamer. So
yeah,
don't tell him I said that. I don't want any flack. But
no, but it's like if
the story is halfway decent in a game these days, it's fun, right?
Or anything like
if
there's movies that aren't the best movies, but I really enjoy them. You know,
yeah.
As long as it's not like I had one of the fathers of my son's friends at the school was talking about how Top Gun Maverick was woke, and I'm like, so the original one wasn't woke enough for you, where there's a woman leading the flight academy, which would never ever happen. You know, like some people they're just looking for it and they just want it, and I'm like, look. There's a lot of it out there, and it's really annoying. But you got to make sure that you're not shooting at scarecrows. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, I think a lot of people are just because you can always find if you're absolutely looking for it, and that's all you care about. So, the interplay between the characters in Indiana Jones on that game looked promising. I'm not saying like without the context, it looked halfway decent. Yeah, totally. I watch clips of that all the time. The short takeoff from the airfield. Holy shit. So good.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah.
It's speaking of which, Flight Simulator. I've never really played Flight Simulator in a long ass time, but that trailer looked really fun, didn't it?
Yes. I think I played the first Flight Simulator back in like the 90s.
Right.
But
Oh,
it did look pretty good.
And by the way, I'm sure nerdy Neo like me didn't play it on his computer. It was like an uncle or a dad. It's like somebody had a better computer and that was older than them. And I'm like, oh, I played like 3.0 or 4.0 on my uncle's computer. I couldn't even take off because the flight tower is like, look, you're moving too fast on the runway. I'm like, all right, shit.
Yeah, Nerd Wars just decided he remembered that my stream is on Mondays. He keeps saying he's gonna watch it. And then he just comes over here and calls us gay. But thank you for coming over and calling us gay. I appreciate that.
Well, his roommate kept picking up the phone when he was on dial-up, so he was having trouble trying to connect. And plus, sending text on his internet is really intensive. So
yeah, I mean, only our low-quality stream can come in on his shit internet. So yeah,
his shit.
Yeah, they feel bad for him and they feel bad for us. And
But no, as far as these other games like Diablo 4, I don't know. All they showed us was some more
cinematic trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good one, but
you know what's weird?
No details about the actual game. Yeah.
We were watching it, and I forgot it was a Diablo 4. Like it was like it didn't seem like it matched the game at all. It wasn't that it was bad.
Well, if you didn't beat Diablo 4, then you wouldn't.
Was that the girl on the boat and like the stone?
Well, I don't have a phone.
The girl.
So.
I think so.
You don't have a phone.
That was a pretty cool trailer. That was a cool trailer.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was
but
watching.
It just didn't seem like it. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I never played Diablo, so I can't speak for what the game's like. But the trailer to me was like, okay.
Did you ever play any of the older Diablos?
No, I have not.
Okay. I played Diablo 2 back in the day, and I was totally sold on it. And when Diablo 3 came out, I played that for a bit. And then Diablo 4, like I was really looking for that nostalgia from Diablo 2 again. And like it kind of filled it a little bit, to be honest. So it's pretty fun.
I never played 2, played a bit of the first one, played the hell out of 3.
Yeah.
And I beat 4 and then I just stopped playing it after
that. World of Warcraft is doing more expansions. So Asmongold's going to be able to farm more content with that. That'll be fun, right?
Yeah, never got into it.
Does WoW ever stop?
I guess not.
So they have two things going. They have WoW Classic and retail.
Yeah. And it seems like the Classic is more popular because it's more untouched.
It definitely is more popular. Yes.
Yeah. So I can't really speak on that because I'm not gonna go back and play that game, to be honest. Dragon Age, wasn't there some like DEI shit with Dragon Age?
Oh, what like was there? It was like steeped in it. It was awful. We had a black fucking like elf thing that had like a fade or some shit.
That's
it was
right.
like yeah.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
was
like,
the
an
trailer, but
Asian
we
elf.
were like the DEI doesn't stop in this trailer, does it?
Yeah, dude. And like one of the lead writers, something you go look up pronouns and bio, of course.
Yeah. He was pretending like he was a woman. And he was like
was
over
that
the
a
top.
man?
Well, anytime I talk about transmission and male people in the same transmissions and women, I just assume that that they're men. Because when you have a transmission on your car and you have men, you have a woman right after it, that means that they're a man. So so I will refer to him as he. And yeah, he was unhinged in his comments. So it's going to be a shit show. It's so bad. I'm not even a Dragon Age fan, but it looked like a mobile game. So people are saying that it looked like it didn't look
Fortnite-y.
Well, everybody's got phones, right?
Yeah.
Wrong franchise, but yes.
Throwback.
Still applies. No, but Hoodie does need to take off though. Hoodie, do you want to plug anything before you go?
I would like to plug the GCA show on Wednesday night. We're gonna hear all about the Dallas meetup, so I'm excited for that. Unfortunately, I did not get to partake, but I'm excited to hear about all the shenanigans. And we're probably gonna talk about the Star Wars Accolade Episode 3. So be ready for that.
Lord help
I
anybody
can't
that's
wait.
watching that.
I know.
I can't wait for the grift, but it makes me so sad.
Yeah,
I know.
we're gonna have a watch party on the GCA Discord channel around the end of Tuesday night main event. So
I think we should call it a watch viewing. Like if there's a corpse of something that you love, like not a watch party because it's not a party. There's no fun to be had.
No, it's a
watch
shit
wake.
Party.
It's a watch
shit party.
A watch wake.
Watch wake. It's a watch wake. That's what it feels like. You're just like, I'm just watching somebody like just desecrate the corpse of something that I loved. I'm like, I know it's dead, but seriously, do we have to keep doing this?
Well, ABF, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah,
It
thanks
was a
for
lot of
coming on
fun.
and sharing your Call of Duty expertise.
Of course. And Nerdy Neo, nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting all you guys.
Yeah.
And my usual suspects, I will see you guys on Wednesday.
Sure, man.
Sounds good. Later, man.
Later,
Good
Hoodie.
night, guys.
What's that?
A shit clown party.
Oh yeah.
Very accurate.
I think that captures it. Yeah, it is fun. Don't get me wrong. It is fun, but it makes me sad. You're just like, ugh.
Well, I mean,
But-
there's not too much more to discuss on this list unless you guys have anything you want to point out. Like we talked about Perfect Dark. South of Midnight looks like a 10 out of 10 game. State of Decay looks like a
You
gay parade.
mispronounced it.
What's
State
that?
of- State of
Oh,
Decay.
State of the Gay. Metal Gear Solid, I'm on the fence about.
Yeah.
The voice acting in the trailer was really good, though. It wasn't
Yeah.
like, stilted, drawn out. It seemed like they were moving the plot along, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I skipped over Fable. Fable did change the face of the protagonist in the game
And
a
the
little
Babas.
bit.
But it
it's
looks
still-
exactly the same to me.
They still
Oh
look
no,
really
no,
ugly.
seriously, like it's different.
Yeah.
Like
No, it's better.
It's better, but
Better,
like, that's
but
not
it's not
saying much.
good.
Yeah.
No, it's not good.
So I
Yeah.
haven't noticed the difference, so it must not have been that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Isaac has the correct name for State of K3.
Good lord.
Yeah, I was just gonna say about Dragon Age. I'm not a Dragon Age fan either. I know I would have liked it if I'd ever gotten into it, given that I loved BioWare back in the day.
Yeah.
but it's been highly anticipated for a long time, and then this is what gets announced, and I feel bad for all the Dragon Age fans.
Oh no! Oh no!
Isaac
Going in
is what's
hard.
going to get us banned, but I'm here for it. So
Let's go.
I know Stalker 2's been a lot of people have been hyped for that for years. So I think,
yeah, well,
I haven't
people
played
are
them,
like,
but I know
people are also
excited.
like, they're like fake hyped about it because they came out of Ukraine too. So that kind of like dampens it for me.
Well, I know people have been excited for this since before that whole thing started.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. This game has been in like development hell from what little bit I've gathered, because it's people have been talking about Stalker 2 for years.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls, that was kind of funny. They showed their little video of like, because how old is that game? It's 10 years old now,
What,
right?
Skyrim? Skyrim came out in
Online.
2011.
No, the
Online,
Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, Elder
I
Scrolls
think it is
Online?
10 years
I don't
old.
even
I think
know.
you're right. Yeah.
Sounds
It
about
came out
right.
a few years after
Yeah.
Skyrim, which was like, what, 6?
So this, I don't know,
Eight?
is this going to be their last
12?
expansion at 10 years? Probably, right? It has to be.
Let's see here.
World of Warcraft just got an expansion.
Online
so
2015
I'm saying-
June, so it's 9 years.
But the trailer was kind of funny because they were taking lightheartedness to it because it's a game that people have been playing for a long ass time. But at the same time, it was, I think, kind of cheesy. I wish I could have gotten into that game. I wish we had an MMO that was worth playing right now. That's one of the things I've been wanting for a while.
I don't need a giant game like that to get sucked into. I've got plenty of other games to play.
Yeah. And I mean, there's also Fallout 76, same story. That's basically an MMO, right?
I'm looking forward to talking on my next party chat with Ryan about that, since he loves Fallout 76 and hear what he has to say.
Yeah. Life is Strange. It looks like they're
Yeah,
definitely trying to have some scissoring in that game now.
Totally.
But they've always been kind of, female oriented with the female protagonist. So that really wasn't a game for me, anyways. Sea of Thieves. What did they actually show off in that trailer? I can't remember.
They did have. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, a new season. I think there was like you get to play as the bad guys or something. Like,
oh yeah, so
interesting
skins.
Yeah, but it wasn't woke because you had female pirates. They weren't like the female wasn't like stay back. I'm gonna open this safe with my magical powers or
yeah.
Like it looked good. It was like it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just there. So
what's up, Ninja? No, I didn't think there was anything woke about Sea of Thieves, or I don't think there ever has, to be honest. So,
no.
Don't
even remember what that was about.
Was Adamfall the one where they pull the card out and crush it?
There's a glowing zombie. Is kind of like what I remember.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Fragpunk. Yeah, Fragpunk looks stupid. It looks like they were trying to go
like
after
Overwatch.
Yeah, not Overwatch. What is the other game that everybody plays right now? The arena shooter. Valorant. It looks like Valorant.
Valorant's finals, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like some of these. Here's the problem. So your first 6 games, they had breaks where the CEO and all the boring business people will be in. But literally, once we started at Fable, all the rest of those games, all those trailers had no breaks.
What?
No breaks. So you have to try to remember, like, because it was like a 50-minute long string of just trailers. They didn't break it up. They weren't like, check out this and check out that. Because as I said during the watch party, there's a reason why phone numbers have dashes in them. Humans can't remember 10 numbers in a row, but they can remember 3 groups of numbers.
Yep.
Because that's just how we're wired. So I'm like trying to scratch my brain. Wu Chang, I have no idea. All I said was at the end of it, Wu Chang, it's for the children.
It's a Souls-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ask me to draw it or
I'm not totally into those games, but I see the appeal. What does it look good to you guys?
I haven't played any Souls-likes other than Fallen Order, I think. So
was that the one where she's like
many of them now,
in a boat and then she's not and then she is? I think she was. I think it was.
Oh, I think that's the one.
That was Diablo.
Yeah, but I'm saying like.
Oh, you're right. That was Diablo. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. That was Diablo.
Yeah, that
It
was
didn't
Diablo.
even seem like Diablo. It seemed like
That's what I was saying.
it was like a
I was like, that doesn't
DLC
even
for
feel
like
you
Diablo,
have
and then
to,
someone made fun of
remember
me.
who the character is with the blue crystal. But I mean,
Yeah. Well,
you'd
someone
have to
made fun
remember
of me.
like
They're
the
like,
last cutscene.
Because
you
that's what you
just
do.
played
You mark
Diablo,
the
and I'm like, yeah, but this is like a new cutscene. I don't even care about this character and shit. So
that's what you do.
Yeah.
You market to people
not
that
a
have
good
played and
character.
finished your game. You want to market to the biggest audience, which is the people that have played and finished your game. Which
yeah,
is a bad idea. You want to make it like equally like people are like, oh, I understood that Easter egg. You don't want it to be like so obtuse that people don't understand what's going on because they're going to be like us, which is like, what? Why is this Asian lady on a boat with a?
Well, it is
What?
a DLC for the 4th game, so
So it wasn't even
they
part
would
of the main
expect
game.
you.
So you're marketing
It's
the like
called Diablo
ma-
4 or something, something, something.
No, but I'm saying we forgot that it was at towards the end because we were like watching what was going on. It wasn't that it wasn't interesting. It just didn't seem like a Diablo game because
yeah.
you know
It felt like a Diablo cutscene, but I had to be
Bad
reminded that it
marketing.
was Diablo. You know what
horrible
I mean?
marketing.
Yeah. I just want to address Nerd Wars. Maybe the trans character came from a cannon shooting grape shot.
Well,
You know,
it happens.
just want to throw that out there. And then Isaac comes back with peg leg joke. So
That requires too much imagination. That's disgusting, but you're awesome. So
well, they had to get pretty creative with their prosthetics back then, right? Yes. And Nerd Wars, that's why I've been playing Diablo, because I spent $70 freaking on it when it came out, and I'm like, I'm getting my money's worth out of this game.
See, I got to play it for free because my stepbrother bought it on PlayStation and then just let me.
That's evil. You're a piece of shit, but we love you.
Yep.
Tuck friendly eye patches. That needs to be a YouTube channel for like 2 days.
But yeah, other than Call of Duty 6, sorry, Black Ops 6, Indiana Jones, Gears of War, Doom, and maybe Flight Simulator if somehow I have Game Pass.
Dude, the firefighting one, that's got me interested. I would pay for that. Dropping.
Oh, in the flight sim?
Remember they had the where you had to like put out wildfires in California.
The search and rescue stuff. Yeah.
I would just fly over LA and just go over the homeless encampments and drop that shit on them. But I digress. I feel like that'd be more helpful.
You know what sold me in the trailer was the Alaskan bush pilot. That sounded awesome.
Like they had like little stuff like that, and it was super fun. Like you could land on the smallest runway in the world, and it was just like people try to do it with like 737s.
Yeah, and Doom. Nerd Wars. I meant to say Doom if I forgot that one. Doom does look very interesting.
We didn't talk about Avowed, but I think that could be good. Obsidian usually does good stuff.
It's not my style of game, but yeah, that game I could see the appeal for sure.
I like the Winter Burrow game because
That does
it
look
reminds
cute.
me of the it reminds me of The Secret of Nymph. Remember that Don Bluth movie back in the day? It was really like dark and foreboding. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to find answers to my husband's death because he was a lab rat that was tested upon, and there was death and dismemberment in that cartoon. It was PG, but like within the PG realm, it was like amazing. So like that kind of like dystopian kind of like feel, like where you're going to pass away. Like it's the whole thing is like it's like Don't Starve, which is a Tim Burton-esque survival game where you're just like you're gonna die, but can you stave it off long enough? I like that kind of stuff. So yes, we did, Sophie.
Yeah, we talked about that early on. But the last one I want to mention, Mecha Break, does look pretty cool.
Mecha Break. Which one is that?
Is that the one that looked like Gundam?
Yeah, it's like the Gundam looking game. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that did look really cool.
What was that game that was on PlayStation 2 it was called like
Zone of the Enders?
Yes! I brought that up. Nobody knew what I was talking about. And that game, I played it. It's like, that's one of the most underrated games ever released. It's like really good. I know the second one was shit, but the first one was supposed to be really good. or maybe it's vice versa. But yeah, it looked really fun.
Sophie was asking where all my guns are. I forgot to fill my display unit because I was out of town. Everything's in the safe. The 50 needs to get reassembled to get put up. But yeah, that basically concludes the Xbox showcase. I'm looking forward to about 4 or 5, maybe 6 of them. So
yeah,
it was, I think, a solid show.
Yeah.
I mean,
did anyone watch? Because the PlayStation just had their thing too, right?
I did not watch that. When did
that
that
was
air?
a few months ago. That's where we found out about
No, I swear there was one that was like a couple days ago. Okay, I must have been thinking about
Like
something
last
else
week or
then.
something, maybe.
Last
Might have
week.
been last week.
Really?
I should watch that. You
I'm just curious how it compared.
Nagarnal, did you watch it?
No, I didn't catch it.
You didn't? Okay. I've been like seeing people online say that Xbox like crushed Sony or whatever. So, and I mean, they probably did because they talked about like 50 plus games over 2 hours. So like it was only game trailers for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I think they did come in, swinging. But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get Doom on PlayStation anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Do it.
Play the substandard version. I hope you enjoy it.
I will.
Yeah, the Xbox version is obviously the superior one, right?
Nah, PC.
I know.
I was gonna say, Nerdy Neo, it was nice talking to you. I hope you have a great career. I say that tongue in cheek. No,
I know.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm an Xbox guy, but I don't care about the console wars. Like, play what you want to play on the console you want to play it on. Like, everyone getting pissed. Like, oh no, Xbox games are coming to PlayStation. It's like, it's still on Xbox. I don't care if it goes to other platforms. Xbox is my platform of choice. It's there, so I don't care whether other people get it.
Yeah, that's a great question, actually.
Over under.
I haven't even destroyed my old Doom
Hold on.
controller yet.
Let me count how many posters you have. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think he's lost about a dozen controllers to his back wall back there.
Yeah, well,
He's
I will
smiling.
neither confirm or deny.
They're
was
all
gonna say,
smiling because he knows there's holes behind those fucking posters.
Oh, there's a lot of holes back there. Holes over here, holes over there.
Oh man, we don't even see all of them.
Yeah. Can't see the rest of my walls. So.
But yeah, Nagarnal, besides being a console simp, what are you up to these days?
Not much, just monitoring for all the channels and uploaded a couple of GTA clips. I got some more that I need to put on my YouTube channel. That's pretty much it. Check me over on YouTube, Nagarnal, wherever it is.
Would you say that Nerd Wars is your favorite channel to moderate for?
Oh yeah, definitely the easiest one.
Oh, it's the easiest because there's such a small channel. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, oh no.
No, there's just only there's only 2 people there. It's not a lot of links.
I have mods.
You have more mods.
Well, I mean, it's like saying you have internet. Your internet doesn't work, and neither do your mods. So they're both just there for show.
I'll save the best for last. So Mo, that means you're up.
Oh well, we're gonna be doing late and gay with the GCA this week. This Wednesday, it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna talk about the meetup. Had a lot of fun. Met a lot of the people in chat. I know there's some people in chat that couldn't make it. I'm still jealous of Cerebus 09's hair because
it's true.
Apparently he's a clone of Carlos Santana. His hair is just freaking amazing. It's really annoying. No, it was really fun. The fellowship rules. Like, seriously, if you're thinking about streaming, get out there. I kick myself for not starting it sooner, but it's also amazing because I got to meet all the people in this chat. Nerdy Neo, by the way, it was nice to meet you. I hope to meet you in person at some point.
Hanging out with you guys.
But it's just amazing. You don't know what you have to offer the world till you take a step in that direction. So please take that step. It's worth it.
Yep. And Nerd Wars, this is the exact take I have on weaponry. So
good philosophy.
In case you didn't know. But Nerdy Neo, shout your channel out. That was really fun being on there, by the way.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's great having you on. So yeah, if you come check my channel out, Nerdy Neo. Basically, all I do is talk about video games. I got a number of different streams for it. Like tomorrow night, we're doing the next episode of Top 5, where the panel, we're all ranking our personal favorite top 5 video game franchises. And then I got the next episode of Party Chat is on Saturday, where we talk about fun stuff. Like, what did we talk about this when you came on? Like, hardest game you ever beat, or what's your favorite game of X console, stuff like that. And then I typically do an open mic on Thursday night, where I usually have a panelist on. And we just talk about video games, go wherever the conversation takes us. So, if anyone wants to come on my channel and just talk video games with me, let me know. I just love talking video games with anyone. So, thanks for having me on. Oh yeah, and not on my channel, but on Wednesday night, I'll be over on Paul Hadouken's channel, good buddy of mine, on his book club, and we're going to be talking about a couple of movies. And the movies that we're going to be talking about are one that I need to watch I've never even heard of, is The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. I'd never even heard of it. And then a couple of my favorites, Equilibrium, that was Paul's pick, and then my pick was Upgrade, and I love that movie, and I want more people to see it. And then Mrs. Hadouken picked Virtual Revolution, another movie I've never heard of. So I need to watch those other 2 movies before Wednesday night. We're going to be talking about those movies on his channel. So, but yeah, I talk about video games. You ever want to come on and talk video games with me? Let me know. That's what I love doing on my channel.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great having you on. Totally. I'm glad that you asked me, because all this Xbox stuff is kind of overwhelming, and it's good to have a bunch of different heads look at it. So
yeah, it's fun to come on and talk about it, because I typically don't talk about like any news almost ever on my channel. It's more just like talking about the games themselves. So sometimes it's fun to talk about the news. And I forgot what I was just going to say, but
yeah, Isaac does that. Isaac has weaponized autism.
That's what I was going to say. Is I normally have a show that started an hour ago, so I was going to have to cut it short. But the Static 2020, he's like, "Hey, let's push it back an hour." I'm like, "That perfect, that works." So
okay. I was wondering. I was like, "Oh no."
So I'll be hopping on.
By the way,
Static
you should
Bloodbath here in just a minute.
You should totally read news, Neo. You like. I have people tell me I have a radio voice. I don't think I do, but you definitely have. You have a voice, so I'm like, you could read like a recipe, and I'll be like, oh, okay, all right. Like you should totally try to weaponize that. Like grift the system, my man.
I appreciate that. One of my first jobs was I worked at the dump, and I was in the little the scale house, and so I talked to people over the not the intercom, but like there's a big speaker over the building, and they talk through the little microphone, and all the time like, you got a really good voice for radio. I'm like, well, thank you.
No, well, your cadence is good too. People have good voices, but sometimes the brain, like, it's like having a. If you remember the early '90s, they had like sports cars with like 4-cylinder engines. They would top out at like 80 miles an hour. They look fast, but they're like, So I owned one of those cars. I had a Ford Probe. It was a piece of shit, but I loved it. But it's
Ford
like
Probe. Now that's gay.
Very gay, but it was my first car, so it allowed me to escape the nonsense. But no, seriously, like, yeah, dude, I'm definitely gonna sub to your channel. You definitely have.
Yeah,
that's great,
and I really mean it. If anyone wants to come on and talk video games with me, message me on Twitter or Discord. I'm in the GCA Discord, so those are probably the best place to communicate with me. But I love talking about video games.
Yeah, I have about 15 old consoles about 5 feet from me right now. So.
Yeah, Genesis, all I see is some cabinets there. I don't see any consoles.
I love Phantoms. So. Mo has the face for radio. I heard that joke. I never got that one applied to me though.
No, but for real, Nerdy Neo is really good at coming up with an actual group of topics to talk about surrounding with gaming. So that was really fun. I was on a stream with Mark the Cyborg.
He's one of my co-hosts in Party Chat, and Legion.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, and Legion. Yep.
Legion Games.
That was
So
really
those
cool.
are my party chat co-hosts. So, and I've got playlists on my channel for all my different streams. They're great to put on in the background because we barely ever show anything. It's just all talking. So it's great to listen to while you're doing something.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do like voice acting or something, but I don't know how to do that.
Well,
like how to get into it.
Do it. Dude,
Keep
go to
hammering
Voice One.
Dinky, and your dream might come true.
Yeah, I love Dinky's animations. Those are great.
Yeah.
Voice123.com. It's voice acting, and you just put it out there, and if they like you, they'll send you. It's just 100% meritocracy. Like, I don't do it. I would like to, but you know, I have real world stuff and family and stuff like, you know, so I don't know if I can. That's brutal. If only you memed as good as you talk shit. All right,
Wow.
Isaac. Yeah, that's right. You talk. He's the one that drew blood first, right? So, by the way, Nerdy Neo, humble brag, I am now a Legion of Memer, like official.
Oh, congrats, man! That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I was on,
Isaac, are you on Legion of Memers? I'm just curious.
I was on
He's
the
too
meme
powerful
stream
for them.
a while back. That was fun.
Isaac is too powerful for them.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. Laugh so you don't cry, you piece of shit.
No, but we're gonna end it there.
Good. That's a good place to end it.
Don't pre-order games.
I haven't pre-ordered since like 2014.
Yeah, just quit pre-ordering games. Cancel Disney Plus.
Never
And Mo, it may or may